Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing a SLS. So if you don't know what the SLS is, it's NASA's new rocket that they've been planning to build that's really over budget and underfunded. So I decided to build it in a Kerbal Space Program and send it to the moon. So the SLS has the Orion capsule on top. It looks a little bad because there's no really good parts thicker than this that aren't like too thick. So I had to use that. So the top has a little squinch moment. So yeah, I'll put a picture on the screen, but that's what it's supposed to look like. So let's just launch. So the SLS is basically, the plan was to reuse hardware from the space shuttle, but the only problem with that is the space shuttle hardware was meant to be used for the space shuttle, not for a non-reusable launch vehicle. So that's another reason why it's over budget. So we're going to be sending this to the moon, and this would be orange, but there's no actual orange fairing, and yeah. Also, most of these fuel tanks are empty because in the Kerbal Space Program, rockets are more powerful than they should be, so I just did that. And we're in max Q right now. You can see how all this. So since we're now ascending higher, all that's starting to go away. We can eject this all rocket boosters. This is just gonna fly off, and now we can start tipping over because we're now ascending. So yeah. So we're perhaps this thing has 50, so we kind of want to go down, start tipping. Okay. So now that we're like this, we have 37 seconds of burning left. It's gonna be a tiny bit sped up, so yeah. Not 37 seconds in the video, but you can see our apparatus is like that, and we're just gonna be burning until we use up this whole stage. And we're almost done. Apparatus is now at 70, so 70,000 meters. I'm not gonna do too into it, but we're almost done with the stage. We got 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now we're gonna eject this, and that's just gonna suffer because it feels like it. So apparatus is a little high, but it doesn't really matter because we have plenty of delta V. So we want to get out of the atmosphere, and we're gonna leave that orange tank behind to burn up in the atmosphere. Okay, so we're now do that. We're now officially in space. So now we're gonna stop here and want to make sure it's going prograde. We want to ignite our engines and eject all this. So we ejected the launch escape system, and also we ejected the fairings on the service module. So that's gonna help us because that weighed a ton, and now we don't have that weighing us down. So we can just keep a perhaps is good. Okay, so we're almost to a stable orbit. We can do this a little, and we're officially in orbit. So that's good. We have 1,000 meters per second left. So this stage right here actually isn't gonna be, all it's gonna be used for is the basically slingshot to the moon. So once we do that, we're not actually gonna need it anymore. So we're gonna do a whole orbit. Most people for this, they use a node, the maneuver nodes, but I find it easier to just, like, when you see the moon, fire up your engine. That's what I do. So it might not be the most efficient way, but it's the easiest. Okay, so the moon should be coming into view. And we're not actually gonna be landing on the moon, so yeah. So now that we've got that, we're gonna fire up our engine. So we're gonna basically use up all of the fuel in the stage. It might have a tiny bit left, so once we get into a encounter with the moon, we're just gonna get a good encounter. We're just gonna ditch this. We want to make it so this runs into the moon, so we're gonna aim into the moon. But we might not have enough fuel to do that, so we're gonna just do as much as possible. Okay, so apparatus is starting to get close to the moon, and once it gets there, we're just gonna do our final things. So once we get an encounter, we're just gonna cut the throttle, and then we're gonna use just a tiny bit. So we want to get this periapsis to 0, and to 0, and now it's at 0. So now that's at 0. We still have some fuel left in this, but we're just gonna ditch it. So let's do that. And now that we're still on a collision course, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn like this, no, like that, and do a little burn because we don't want to slingshot this away from the collision. So once we get by it, we're gonna now go retrograde, and we should be able to fix this. And our periapsis is forming. So periapsis is a little high. We want to just turn around. We want it to be at 20,000 about. 13,000 is good. So now you can see that's on a collision course. We're not, so that's good. We want to time warp until we get to the moon. That's just gonna be lost forever. Yeah, so that mostly has the same orbital path, except it's just altered a little bit. And it's that little speck right there. Okay, now that that's gone. That's gonna be in the moon soon. Okay, we're starting. Okay, now that we're at the moon, we want to point retrograde. We're gonna enter the moon's sphere of influence soon. We might have already entered it. I think we just entered it. Okay. So now we want to warp until we get to periapsis actually. So now let's add maneuver. We want to make the maneuver at a periapsis. And we want to burn retrograde. And want to get it as perfect as possible. So 14, 13. 13. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, now we want to warp to maneuver. Go into the moon in our Orion capsule. Zooming through the solar system through the Earth sphere of influence. Little Orion capsule. Okay, so we want to click maneuver, and we have 55 seconds until our burn. So we're just gonna time warp to that. And okay, now we want to start burning in 3, 2, 1, burn. So we're burning. Okay. Our orbit's slightly tilted, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we don't really need this thing anymore. Just point retrograde. And we are almost there. And 13, 14, that's good. Okay, we're at the moon officially. Say hi to the moon. Let's just do an EVA for some screenshot. Okay, now that we're out, let's just do this. Let's get off the ladder. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Solar panels are apparently fragile. Don't worry, we didn't need that anyway. That was just an extra one. Oh no, don't destroy the other ones. Okay. Yeah, we didn't need those solar panels anyway. They were just getting in the way. There's more mass we had to bring. Oh gosh. Yep. Let's just take a picture, I guess. F2. Yep, that thing was totally not needed. Yep, totally not needed. That was like the worst solar panel that we had. It was a bad one. Yeah. Okay, now let's go back in our thing. And let's just pretend that we did not lose that solar panel, because we don't lose solar panels. Okay, let's warp here. So we're gonna do a full orbit around the moon. And once we do the orbit, once we get there, we're just gonna do a burn to get ourselves back to Earth. We might have to change our incline because we're a little tilted, but shouldn't matter much. So now that we're at that point, I want to go prograde and just burn our engine. And the reason we do it on this side is because then we can, so it's basically going retrograde to Earth to deorbit us. And it's easier to do that than stop our entire orbit and do that, because it saves a lot more fuel, so yeah. So now our periapsis is forming. And we don't want to fully hit the Earth, because then we're not the sunlight side. We want to get into its spot. So yeah, that's good. So now we're leaving the moon. So say bye to the moon, Kerbals. Bye. Okay, now that we're leaving the moon, we're just gonna time warp until we get back to Earth. Then we're gonna do a nice landing with no one dying, hopefully. And now that we're near Earth, we want to point ourselves to retrograde, and we just want to time warp down. Okay. So now that we appear to be gonna land about somewhere here, we can do a little burn to just use up some fuel and make it so we don't land so close, but that should be good. Now we're descending, so I want to eject at the last second so I can get all the shots of it exploding. Okay, we should be entering the atmosphere now. Let's eject this, because we don't need it anymore. Let's use our RCS to not hit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now let's see that explode. So the solar panels are gonna go bye-bye. Yep. And that capsule should go bye-bye too. Yep, those goes, and that should blow up fully, maybe. Come on, fireworks. It might be because we slowed down. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna explode fully. Yep, that's just gonna crash somewhere. Okay, so we're now almost down. So now that we did that, I don't think Orion's actually gonna be ejecting its heat shield. So I think we're just gonna go down and splash down. Okay. So the Kerbals are excited. Let's deploy our parachutes. And we have a drogue chute and 2 big parachutes. The real line has 4 big parachutes, but I didn't like the looks of it. Like, they're there. And it was easier just to do 2 in a drogue chute. So, yeah. So now we're just going to time warp to the water. And why not just do this? He wants to go diving, so let's deploy his chute. Oh. Yeah, he's fine. How about you? Deploy chute. Yeah, he's the one who wanted that. Yeah, yeah, let's look. Okay, so those are landed. He's fine. He likes diving off of capsules. It's his hobby. Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's just fly around. And so I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I just gained a new subscriber, so every subscription counts. I'm gonna do a 50th subscriber special, so stay tuned to that and make sure you subscribe. And bye.